The only ship I care about is the Starship Enterprise. Hey guys! If you've read the title, you already know what I'm talking about. We're talking about Star Trek and how it annoys me. Don't get me wrong, I love Star Trek. I never thought I would because, you know, it wasn't my thing. I said to myself, you know, I'm gonna live without watching Star Trek. I'm gonna live without watching Star Wars. I'm gonna be fine. No. The first thing I want to talk about that annoys me is this whole, like, we're gonna rewrite the universe of Star Trek. I didn't realize when I first watched this movie that it was rewriting history. I didn't know that because I obviously had never seen anything Star Trek up until that point. So I was very lost when this spaceship came through the black hole and why it was attacking, you know, the USS Kelvin, and I was very confused. The whole, like, concept of having a spaceship come through a black hole, rewriting history, is like, that also blows my mind because I don't know how to explain that. But like, if this ship didn't come through the black hole, we wouldn't have this rebranded universe that we know. I didn't understand what was happening when Kirk met Spock. I didn't understand that. I really didn't. I was like, who is this guy? Why is he claiming to be Spock? Spock's on the Enterprise. What's happening? I did not realize that this was the original Spock. Don't hate me. But when Spock met Spock, I was still very confused because I didn't understand that this whole exchange, what it was. I don't know. This whole scene screwed me up for a while. And then when I realized what was actually happening, I was like, oh, that makes so much more sense now. When Into Darkness came out, I was so excited. Like, you have no idea. I was like on the edge of my seat. I was ready for it. I couldn't believe I was actually seeing it in the theater. And I was just like, I'm fangirling so hard. So I'm sorry for this, but if you don't want spoilers, leave. You shouldn't be watching this video. So there's a scene in Into Darkness where Kirk climbs up into the core to save the ship, and he was basically dead by the time he got down. So when Spock realized that he was dying, I lost my shit. Like, I actually started bawling my eyes out in the theater, and I remember my sister looking over at me and asking if I was actually crying, and I told her yes. Like, I had an emotional reaction to this entire scene, and I just, like, I cried in the theater because Kirk dies, and I didn't know what to do with myself. We went home that night, and because I had just gotten my hands on copies of the original movie series, we went home and we watched Wrath of Khan because there was a lot of stuff that I wasn't understanding, and my dad thought that, you know, watching that movie would explain a lot, and it did. It really did. But in Wrath of Khan, it was like, instead of Kirk dying, it was now Spock that was dying because he's the one that saved the Enterprise. And yes, I had little to no reaction to Spock dying, and I don't know if it's just because, like, at that point I didn't know really who Leonard Nimoy was. I don't know, because I love Chris Pine. I cried, and I don't know. Don't get me wrong, I did, like, feel really sad, and I wasn't sure what was happening when, you know, news came out saying that Leonard Nimoy had died. So also something about Into Darkness is there's this new girl, and her name is Carol. She was assigned to the Enterprise by Admiral Marcus, and she's a science officer.
Captain Kirk. Science Officer Wallace. I've been assigned to the Enterprise by Admiral Marcus. These are my transfer orders.
You requested an additional science officer, Captain? I wish I had.
Now, like, I don't know about you, but, like, there's some tension there because, you know, why would Kirk need another science officer when Spock's on board the Enterprise? I don't know. You'd have to watch the movie to find out, 'cause I'm not gonna wreck everything. But while watching the original series, I had noticed that Carol also makes an appearance, and this scene is played out.
Were we together? Were we going to be? You had your world, and I had mine. And I wanted him in mine. Not chasing through the universe with his father.
This scene is just Kirk and Carol talking about stuff, but like in the context of this clip that I just showed you, I don't know if you understand what's happening. So in this scene, they're talking about a kid. More specifically, their kid. Kirk and Carol had a kid in this other universe. So like, when I realized that, my head just kind of, it blew up. Star Trek annoys me. I love the series, I love the characters and the people that play them, but there's a lot of things that I didn't understand until I started watching the original series. I really wish I'd watched the original series before I went and watched the rebranded version. I mean, these are just some things that I've noticed and that annoy me. But I think that's it for now, guys, so make sure to hit subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Don't forget to check out all my social media. They'll be listed down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.